So looking back on my career, I've left 2 jobs for being burned out. I took on more and more because I wanted to please my peers and show leadership that I was always valuable, and it culminated into me starting to really dread waking up and going to work. Jacob would always hear me complain day in and day out and question, like, why are you still there, Katie? And then one day I'd be like, you're right, and I left. So I'm not quitting. Tim's panicking. He made me panic. But I have to say I am a little burned out. I love red pepper so much that I don't want to get to the place where I just was like, yeah, you're right, and I up and quit. But I don't want to wake up dreading to come here. So when I started thinking about my topic, help, I really started to look at like how you could prevent burnout and ultimately reverse the cycle. So as I started my Googles, I started realizing that the term burnout is actually like a really serious term, like way more serious than I thought that it was when I would just like, oh my God, I'm so burned out. But the real technical term is an exhaustion of physical or emotional strength or motivation, usually as a result of prolonged stress or frustration. So that is kind of what I'm feeling like. But I'm a working mom. It's kind of normal, right? But then one article said that if you don't fix your burnout, it's actually can become like long-term lasting effects, and that kind of made me a little nervous. So I think if we all were to like take a pen and paper and jot down some things that we think leads to burnout, a lot of these might kind of hit our list. So work overload, a lack of control, insufficient rewards, unfairness, a breakdown of community, and value conflict. So workplace burnout is actually at an all-time high right now. The average work week is about 47 hours. The 9 to 5 no longer exists, and then responding to a 10 o'clock Slack at night and working on your vacation is actually kind of a new normal. With technology, it just makes it a lot easier for us to always be on and always be reachable. I've got a few steps that I think we might be able to implement as a group or on your own to help try to manage or prevent this. So the first is to prioritize your work. So we often lose awareness of what is happening around us, and that's how we start to burn out. We become less present and easily get lost in our own judgments and assumptions about what is happening and what is important. So I think you could regroup with your thoughts a little bit, write everything down that you're working on, partner with your manager, and then really try to prioritize what is the most important thing for you to be doing. Start from the top and then just identify exactly what's feasible for you. The second is to build your energy. So when we feel overwhelmed, the first things to suffer are our diet, exercise regimen, sleep, social life. The remedy is to just take charge of that and making an active choice to do healthy activities outside of work. So get up earlier, take a midday break to really engage in regular cardio or meditate like Aaron's red bit. Okay, so get focused. Everyone knows that feeling, and I'm sure Caroline is a true testament to this. When you very first start a job, you have all this excitement. You think, oh my gosh, I can tackle so much. I can help push the organization forward. So let's all try to get back there. Let's think about, why did I join this industry? Why did I accept this job in the first place? And I think it's going to remind you of your initial purpose. And then from there, let's concentrate on building relationships with people here that we might want to aspire to be one day, or ask them to be your mentor. I think we should really focus on the big picture. Another is, don't let work invade your home life. And I know that this is really hard for us, especially right now. We are in such a growth mode that it's really hard not to finish that one last scope of work so you can get it to the client faster, or send that feedback from the client so the team can have it first thing in the morning and they're not waiting on you. But we have got to find a balance. So Jacob actually, I think it was a couple months ago, he said that when we get home from work, we need to put our phones in our catch-all, which is a little bowl that we have at the front door. Because we would find ourselves that as soon as we would get home, we would still be on our phones working, or we would just be distracted. And we only have a couple hours before Calvin has to go to bed. And it honestly helps. We get to focus on Calvin, and then we also get a little us time. So I find that it's really helpful, and it's just something to give you a couple hours back in your day. And then 5 is to reflect and remember your priorities. So it's something that I'm really hoping to get better at the end of the day, and I just keep rushing off to the next thing. But what if we tried to take a few minutes of every day and really reflect and ask ourselves, what did you do well today? What didn't you do so well today? What did you learn? Who is the one person that you should reach out to and thank? The biggest thing that I've learned when researching this topic is that the solution isn't just to pack up and leave, because burnout will always find you. So some helpful steps that I think we can do to prevent or manage burnout when we really hit these busy times, because hopefully they don't ever go away. And I think we should honestly just start supporting ourselves in this mission, because we can all see it, especially when we get into really high growth times. So thank you.